pandemic is on. It's a very challenging time for all of us. All we can do is to take care of ourselves, take care of our health, take care of our loved ones by staying fit, eating healthy, doing exercise, and staying at home, using mask whenever we are going out, and using sanitizer all the time. Do you know, while I'm talking to you, there's so many things happening at the same time. My heart is pumping blood, my kidney is working to remove toxin from my body, my liver is working, my brain, the nerves are, all are working. Along with all these things, there is one more thing, our immune system, that's working to fight with foreign invaders. It is fighting against the foreign invaders with the help of white blood cells. What is immune system? We are talking about immune system all the time. Build immunity, but what is immunity? What is immune system? It consists of lymph nodes. We have to build our immunity, but how to build immunity? We have lymphatic system in our body. The components of lymphatic system are the lymph nodes all around our body. Lymph nodes where this fighting is happening between the foreign invaders and the white blood cells. And the lymphatic fluid is circulating all around 24/7, carrying debris out of our cells. Now, there's a difference between the circulatory system and the lymphatic system. While circulatory system has its own pump, circulatory system, which is also called cardiovascular system, it has its own pump called heart, that's pumping blood all around the body. Whereas lymphatic system does not have any pump. So how the fluid moves without pump? That's where the movement comes. Movement acts as a medicine in this. When we move, the muscles acts as a pump to help move the lymphatic fluid all around our body. Along with the lymphatic nodes, lymph nodes, we have certain organs which helps in the immunity. Those are tonsils around the throat area. Then we have thymus in the heart area. Then comes the spleen, the appendix, the large organ called appendix. These all are working together along with the lymph nodes and helps in building our immunity. It makes our immune system. Now, as I told you that you have to move to have lymphatic fluid, move around, okay? To help lymphatic fluid, remove debris from our body, from our cells. So we have made certain exercises, we have made a sequence of certain exercises and the breathing practices which you can do every day during this challenging time to help build your immunity. It's very important. These exercises will take not more than 30 minutes. Just you do these exercises every day, all these asanas practice and the breathing exercises which will help you during this time.
Inhale, bring your arms up. Interlock your fingers. Bring your palms at your heart center. Inhale, stretch, and come into exhale, release. Knee rotation, 5 times clockwise, 5 times counterclockwise. All these are the warm-ups practice you, so it will good for your knees. Now swing from side to side. Just do it for a couple of times. Both the sides are the maximum rotation from should be from the upper back. Now let's start with the Tadasana. For that, bring your feet together, legs together, arms by your side, core engaged, tailbone tucked in. Bring your palms at your heart center. Make sure that your kneecap lifted. Your core is engaged. Your tailbone is tucked in. And as you inhale, bring your palms at your heart center. Interlock your fingers. Stretch. Exhale. And come on your toes. Bring your awareness to your core. Chin to chest. Arms going backward. The chest lifted. Stay in this posture for 5 to 6 breaths. You should feel the stretch from your fingers to your toes. It stretches the entire body organs and all your cells in your body. It's very good for building immunity. The next asana is Utkatasana. Bring your feet together and arms by your side. And as you inhale, bend your knees, bring your arms up. Make sure that your knees are not resting on each other. Knees are too close but apart. The thighs are parallel to each other. Your tailbone is pointing downward and stay in this position for 5 to 6 breaths. Now this is very good for strengthening your legs and your core. The next is Padahasta Asana. In Padahasta Asana, you have to keep your feet together. Again the same alignments, your core is engaged, tailbone is tucked in, and your shoulders are broad, not clinging, your shoulder muscles are not clinging to your neck. So you keep your shoulders relaxed, and stretching should come from the side of your hips. And as you exhale, keeping your spine straight, maintaining the neutral position, and exhale, fold forward. With every inhale, you are lengthening your spine. With every exhale, fold forward, place the palms under your sole of your feet and breathe. To pull your head towards your feet. Stay in this posture for 5 to 6 breaths. Exhale, release. Inhale, flat back, stretch your spine, stay in this posture to 1 or 2 breaths, and then slowly come up. With inhale and exhale, release. The next asana is Trikonasana or triangle pose. Now keep your feet medium width apart, feet parallel to each other. Make sure your core is engaged, your tailbone is tucked in, your kneecap lifted. and you are standing tall. Now spin your right foot to 90-degree angle. Make sure the heel of right foot is in line with the arch of the left foot. Now bring your hips to the facing the side of the mat. So your hips are square in one line. And as you inhale, just stretch your arms sideways, palms facing down. And as you exhale, hinging from the hip, reach out to your right. Your upper body should not work on this. You are only hinging from the hip, keeping your torso straight. And place your right palm on your right shin or ankle. Lift your chest up towards the ceiling. Look up if you're comfortable, otherwise, you can look down. You can stay in this posture from 5 to 6 breaths and breathe. Make sure that your kneecap is lifted, outer edge of your feet are pressing the mat. Inhale, come up and exhale. Repeat with the left side. Now your the left foot is turned to right 90-degree angle and your right foot is slightly turned in. And your arms in one straight line and breathe. Inhale, come up and exhale. Release. The next asana is Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. For that, take a wide stance. Bring your feet parallel to each other. Now make sure that your kneecap is lifted, your core is engaged, and your hands on your hips. Now you broaden your hips and place your hands on your hips. And inhale, slightly bend back. Make sure that your kneecap is lifted. And as you inhale, slightly bend back, lengthening your spine, and you are stretching from the hips. And exhale, pushing your hips back and stretching your spine forward. With every inhale, you are lengthening your spine, stretching yourself forward. With exhale, bring your crown of your head towards the mat. Again, inhale, lengthening your spine, and exhale, fold forward. Now, your shoulders are broad. Your shoulders are not clinging into the neck muscles. And your palms in front. And stay in this posture for 5 to 6 breaths. Now comes Anjaneyasana. The starting position for the Anjaneyasana is downward dog. But we can also come, just to give you demonstration, we'll come into this posture from the crescent lunge. So come into the low lunge, front thigh parallel, and as you inhale, bring your arms up, back heel up, and exhale, drop your left knee on the mat, right thigh parallel to floor, left shin flat on the mat. Activate your shin muscles, the top of your foot, so that you don't injure your knee. Now the front thighs parallel to floor, your hips square in one line. Place your hands on your hips, and as you inhale, you are lengthening your spine, and with exhale, pushing your hips forward and shifting your weight on your left leg. Keep your left shin active. You don't have to overarch, you have to just extend your spine. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Now repeat with the other side, the same alignment. Always make sure that the back shin and the top of your foot are flat and the muscles are active there. Active leg is there. And your front knee is always over your ankle. This asana is very good for the runners, for athletes. That is why it is also called runner's lunge. Now the next asana is Vrikshasana. Vrikshasana is very good for balance and to bring about concentration, focus, and especially good for the students. So just inhale, bring your right foot against left inner thigh, pressing against each other. The right, open your inner thigh muscles out so that your right knee is pointing towards the right. And you bring your palms at your heart center, the core is engaged, and when you are comfortable, bring your palms up. Stay in this posture to 5 to 6 breaths. And exhale, release. Repeat with the other side. Make sure that your hips are open and the bent knee is always pointing towards the side. The next asana is Garudasana. And before that, if you are a beginner for Vrikshasana, you can keep your feet on your ankle or your shin. Don't put your press against the knees. It can injure the knees. So the next asana is Garudasana. Garudasana, again, it's very good for balance, concentration, and at the same time, it's good for your abdominal organs. It builds your immunity. So let's get into the posture. So wrap your right leg around your left leg and hook your left shin with your right foot, right toes. Now when the right thigh is up, so you're the left, wrap your arms around each other so that your right arm is under your left arm and your upper arms are parallel to the floor. And bend, go deep into the posture, stay in this posture for 5 to 6 breaths. It is difficult for the beginner, so you can start slowly with just putting your hand, wrapping your legs around and resting your foot on the mat, lifted foot slightly down. And repeat with the other side. Make sure you do the asanas from both the sides with equal breath. Now the next asana is crow pose or bakasana. This asana is also called feel good asana, as it is good for the people who are under depression or those who are feeling low. It lifts you, it shifts your mood. So the starting position for the bakasana is a malasana. Sit in malasana, bring your palms at your heart center, and then place your palms right in front, shoulder level, fingers stretched out, one foot away from your feet. Your knees are resting on the crook of your armpit. And as you inhale, Shift forward, bend your elbows and rest your knees on your upper arm. Again, inhale, shift forward, resting your knees on your upper arms and come on your toes. Do it couple of times so that you get a nice stability, and when you are comfortable after doing practice for a few times, you can lift your one foot off the mat. Now when you're comfortable, as you inhale, looking forward and lift both your legs, both your feet off the mat. Keep looking forward, and as you exhale, come down. This asana is good for your upper arms, so you're working on your wrist, so just do wrist rotation few times to avoid the injury. Next comes up Bhujangasana. For Bhujangasana, lie down on the mat, place your palms under your shoulders, and as you inhale, pelvis pressing the mat and lift your chest up. Straight arms for the full cobra and the bent elbows for the baby cobra. You can also do the dynamic Bhujangasana. Keep your elbows close, hugging to your rib cage. Stay in this posture to 5 to 6 breath. And as you exhale, you release. Inhale as you lift your chest up. This asana is also very good for opening your chest, your heart. So increases your lung capacity, which is very important during this time. Now comes a Shalabhasana. Feet together, legs together. Place your palms under your thighs. This is for the beginner level. Place your forehead on the mat, and as you inhale, lift your legs up. Hold this posture for 5 to 6 breaths. And if you're comfortable here, you can want to go deep into the posture, you can lift your chest and legs up together. And again hold this posture for 5 to 6 breaths. And exhale, release. You can do dynamic also. With inhale, lifting your chest and legs up, and with exhale, down. You can do it for 8 to 10 times. Then comes Dhanurasana. Dhanurasana is another very good posture for opening your lungs, increasing your lung breathing capacity. It's good for the people who are asthmatic. So hold your ankles with your hand, and as you inhale, lift your chest up, thighs off the mat, and breathe. You're pushing your ankles away from your body. Your shoulders are going back. Your neck is neutral here. And exhale, release. Stay in this posture for 5 to 6 breaths. Then comes a plank pose. Plank pose is again very good. Before getting into the plank pose, let's get into child pose. Come back to the normal breathing. Now let's get into the plank pose. Another very good posture for your building your core muscles and the same time building your immunity. So come into the plank posture from your head to your heels of your feet. You are in one line. Engage your core. Don't let your hips sink. Engage your quads and your palms under your shoulders. Hold this posture for at least 7 to 8 breaths. And then as you exhale, slowly release. The next asana is Bishmothasan, another very good asana for toning your abdominal organs. So sit in Dandasana. The starting position is Dandasana with your legs stretched out in front, legs active, pressing the mat, the feet flexed, means toes are turned backward. Now lift your chest away from your core, arms sideways, and as you inhale, stretch your arms up. You are stretching from the side of your hips. lengthening your spine, sitting tall, and as you exhale, fold forward. Hold your big toes with 3-finger grip. If you're a beginner, you can always bend your knees so that your belly comes on thigh, and it's a good posture for toning your abdominal system, digestive system. So with inhale, you are lengthening your spine. With exhale, you are pushing your chest forward towards the toes. Stay in this posture for 5 to 6 breaths. Make sure that you have a nice stretch in your hamstrings. Your lower back is neutral. And inhale, come up, and exhale, release. Setu Bandhasana or bridge pose. Lie down with your knees bent. Place your feet flat on the mat, close to your hips, as close as possible. Hold your ankles with your hands. Shoulders squeezed in so that your weight comes on the shoulders. And as you inhale, lift your hips up. Contract your glute, contract your hip muscles so that you have a nice lift. And pushing your chest forward. And exhale, release. If you cannot reach your ankles, you can always interlock your fingers, interlock your hands underneath your hips and stay in this posture. The next asana is Sarvangasana. Lie down with your legs stretched out in front, your legs together, feet together, palms facing the mat. And as you inhale, pressing palms to the mat, pressing belly to the mat, and inhale, lift your hips up. Elbows close to each other, and the side of the rib cage is supported by your hands, and your weight is on shoulders, not on your neck. Toes are pointed towards the ceiling, and breathe. Minimum 9 to 10 breaths you should retain this posture. This asana is also called the queen of all the asanas. Sarva means all, Anga means organs, so it basically affects all the organs of your body. Especially good for toning your abdominal organs. And as you exhale, take your feet back behind your head into Halasana and interlock your hands behind your back and breathe. Hold this posture for another 6 breaths. Inhale, slowly come up and exhale. Release. After doing all these postures, just go into Savasana for some time. It is very important to come into Savasana after doing this yoga practice, because when we are working, during workout, the sympathetic nervous system gets active. So in order to bring about the balance, the calm and the relaxed state of your mind, in order to activate parasympathetic nervous system, it's very important that we go into Shavasana after this yoga practice. Shavasana should be for at least 7 minutes to relax your muscles and to activate parasympathetic nervous system in our body, to bring about the homeostasis and balance in the body, and you feel good whole day. If you have no time, if you are running short of time, you can leave few asanas, but get into the Shavasana. Getting into Shavasana is very important.
In order to activate your parasympathetic nervous system, to have balance, to bring about the homeostasis back in your system, you have to go into Shavasana.